Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today from ICA Bibles we have the ESV Omega. Now this is the Chinese release, and if you've watched any of my videos and you know anything about me, you know I love the Chinese text blocks even more than the ones from Royal Youngblood and the Netherlands. So this one happens to have a black goat skin and a black shark skin together. This is Capra granulosa, so let's take a look at the work. First of all, 3 Beresford ribbons, burgundy, black, and burgundy. We have burgundy perimeter stitching. We have double tool lines here. And look, he even took the tool lines into the shark skin. When you take a look at the spine, one thing that you'll notice about many ICA Bibles is they have the flat spine. And he's been experimenting trying to get the curved spine, and I believe he's got it figured out. So you can now get 2 options from ICA Bibles, which are flat spine or you're rounded. And the raised hubs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raised hubs, really nice, his new logo. It does have a little bit of trouble getting the small lettering to stamp in some of these deeper grains, so that's something to keep in mind. But overall, it looks fantastic, nice and centered. I love how he takes a tool line right here along the spine to kind of help him keep that spine nice and centered. And it also gives it a nice decorative look. A couple extra tool lines here at the bottom to kind of guide these. It's just really, really supreme craftsmanship. One thing that I believe sets ICA Bibles apart is when he does his kind of concaved or rounded spine. He takes a piece of the leather there and he kind of puts a square there to hide the mesh so you don't see it. It really makes it, number one, a little more durable right here where that doesn't buckle in. It also makes it look a lot nicer. So a couple other nice things that he did is check out this gilding. Here's to you, Cat Woods. Cat Woods kind of pioneered this look, and I happen to think it is beautiful. It's a gold with a really dark red and black on the corners. It looks really super sharp, and I love the way this thing just looks when it's laid open. You have that beautiful semi-yap. I love that he can do any yap size. All rebinders pretty much prefer a full yap, but he does a great job on the semi-yap. Semi-yap doesn't quite touch. It just kind of laps over like that all the way around. Really well done. Now another thing you're going to be able to see about this one is when you open it, it is not going to lay flat. We're going to be in Leviticus and it's already struggling, wanting to close. It's about to close in on itself. There's a reason for that. What he did is he took some paper or sort of like a cloth, and he put it inside in between the liner and in between the leather to give it a little more of a stiff feel, because like, for example, this one is the same goat skin as this, and when you hold it, it is super floppy. See that? Okay, but check this one out. When you hold it, it's a little bit more stiff and more prone to lay flat. It's still got a little bit of a flop, but it's very easy. Like, let's go to Genesis. When I'm holding it in my hand, look here, we're on the presentation page, it's laying flat in my hand. So when I'm preaching or teaching or walking with this Bible, that's all I have to do is hold it. There's no having to turn your hand sideways to keep the flop. It just stays open in Genesis 1 in your hand while you're walking around. So there are several options when you get custom rebinds. You can get them made stiff. You can get them made super floppy. You can get different types of art gilding. You can get different types of perimeter stitching. You can get 3 pieces. You can get a 1 piece. There are all kinds of things. You can go with the raised hubs on the spine. You can get a curved spine. You can get a flat spine. Pretty much the sky is the limit. You can get something super exotic like an ostrich leg, or you can get something really plain and simple like a Badalassi cowhide. There's just so many options, and even got a full shark skin. Now this is hard to get because it's hard to get a full piece to cover a Bible like this, but anyhow, I've done a review of this one as well. All of his stuff that I've reviewed, I'll go ahead and put that in the description of the video, but this is probably my favorite that he's done. I love the burgundy accents, the burgundy liner. Check out this end sheet. This end sheet looks like animal skin, but it's just a really nice piece of paper, and it's nice and flexible. So I can't describe it. It feels kind of clothy, but really, really beautifully done. I love how he perfectly places the end sheets to where they don't buckle up or bunch up whenever, and he also cuts them perfectly. I mean, those are just perfect to the size of the text block. Really beautifully done. And another thing about this one that I really like is because of the weight of the cover, look how spaced out that is. See how these are the Netherlands ESV Omegas, and I'm just going to give you a quick look of why I like these better. Number one, creamy white, rough texture, easier to get a hold of and turn a page, no page curl, and less ghosting. So anyhow, I absolutely love this thing. It's probably my favorite ESV at the moment. There you have it. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nickel's Worth.